I pushed open the creaky door to our cabin, our fixer-upper dream in the middle of nowhere, and my world flipped upside down. My wife, Lisa, was sprawled across the unfinished kitchen island like some twisted centerpiece, laughing her head off. 5 sweaty, tatted-up repairmen we'd hired surrounded her. One guy, big, bald, built like a tank, gripped a hammer, his meaty hand resting way too high on her thigh. Another, a wiry dude with a buzz cut, tilted a whiskey bottle over her mouth, amber liquid splashing down her chin. The other 3 lounged around, smirking, their tools scattered across the floor like they hadn't touched them in days. I dropped the grocery bags I'd hauled from town, apples rolling everywhere, and yelled, "Lisa, what the hell is this?" She didn't even blink, just wiped her lips with the back of her hand and gave me that lazy smirk I'd started to hate. "Oh, hey, Mike. Meet the crew, Hammer, Buzz, Necktat, Joey, and Slick. They're real good with their hands." Hammer chuckled, deep and guttural, "Yeah, man, we fix everything." The air stank of booze and sawdust, and my gut twisted. This wasn't some innocent break. I'd been gone 3 hours, 3 damn hours, grabbing supplies while they worked on the cabin we'd poured our life savings into. Lisa'd been off lately, flirty with these clowns, glued to her phone, dodging me with excuses about Reno stress. I thought she was just playing it up for her Instagram aesthetic. But this was a knife in my back, twisted deep. We'd bought this place 6 months ago, a rundown retreat an hour from civilization, dreaming of flipping it into a cozy getaway. Lisa found these guys online, some home solutions crew, swore they were a steal. I'd been skeptical, their van was a rust bucket, their vibes shady, but she insisted, they're pros, Mike, trust me. Now, staring at her sprawled out like a queen with her court of thugs, I felt the betrayal sink in. "Get your hands off her," I barked, storming forward. Hammer didn't budge, just swung the hammer down, cracking the countertop in half with a sickening crunch. "Chill, bro," he sneered, "she's having fun." Lisa giggled, "Lighten up, Mike. You're so boring." My fists clenched. This wasn't just cheating, this was a damn parade of disrespect in my own house. I lunged at Hammer, shoving him hard. "Get out now," I roared, but the other 4 closed in like a pack of hyenas. Necktat, a lanky guy with ink crawling up his throat, snatched a crowbar from the floor. Buzzcut grabbed a wrench, twirling it like a toy. Lisa slid off the island, still holding the whiskey bottle, and purred, "Boys, play nice." But they weren't playing. Hammer cracked me in the ribs with a meaty fist, pain exploded, stealing my breath. I swung back, my knuckles grazing his jaw, but Necktat smashed the crowbar into my knee. I buckled, hitting the hardwood, yelling, "Lisa, help me." She just stood there, sipping her drink, that twisted grin plastered on her face like this was her entertainment. Buzzcut kicked me in the gut, and I tasted blood, coppery and sharp. Tools clattered around us, a drill skidded past, still buzzing from their half-assed work. I clawed for it, desperation kicking in, and swung it wild. The cord whipped around Necktat's legs, yanking him down. He crashed into a stack of drywall, dust billowing. I scrambled up, lungs burning, but Joey, a stocky guy with a buzzed mohawk, grabbed my shirt, slamming me into the fridge. The handle snapped off, clanging to the floor. Slick, the quiet one with greasy hair, cracked a beer bottle over my shoulder, a glass rained down, stinging my neck. "Shoulda stayed gone, loser," Hammer growled, towering over me. Lisa laughed, loud and shrill, "Told you he's weak." I broke free, adrenaline pumping, and stumbled for the door. Their taunts chased me, "Run, little man," as I tripped over a toolbox, sprawling onto the porch. I crawled to my truck, keys shaking in my hand, blood dripping onto the seat. Tires squealed as I peeled out, gravel spraying, ribs screaming with every jolt. My wife didn't just cheat, she'd thrown me to her wolves. 3 years of marriage, gone in a blur of fists and whiskey. I wasn't letting this slide. I limped into the sheriff's station 15 miles away, blood crusted on my chin, knee throbbing like hell. Deputy Hanks, a grizzled vet with a permanent squint, took one look and grabbed his notepad. "What happened, Mike?" I spat it out, voice raw. "Caught Lisa with 5 repairmen in our cabin. They jumped me, beat me senseless. She's in on it." Hanks raised an eyebrow. "You're Lisa? The yoga girl?" I nodded, fury boiling. "They're screwing around," then they turned me into a punching bag. He scribbled fast, radioing a patrol to head out, but something nagged at me. Those guys weren't just random, they moved like a crew, like they'd done this before. Lisa'd been shifty for weeks. She'd pushed hard for this team, said they were cheap and reliable. Even when I pointed out their sketchy vibe. Cash only, no receipts. The Reno dragged on. 2 months for a job they swore'd take 3 weeks. I'd found weird stuff. A busted smoke detector in the trash. A delivery box Lisa hid in the closet. I thought it was nothing, stress, maybe paranoia. Now, I pulled up my phone, hands trembling, and opened the cabin's security cam app. Installed it myself after a raccoon scare. The feed was live. There they were. Lisa and the crew, sprawled in the living room, laughing. Hammer held a tiny black box, wires poking out. Camera. My stomach dropped. They weren't fixing the house, they were rigging it. Buzzcut scrolled a laptop. Our bedroom flashed up. Me pacing. Lisa yelling. Private as hell. This wasn't just betrayal, it was a trap. I zoomed in, heart pounding. Hammer plugged the camera into the laptop while Lisa lounged on the couch, twirling her hair like a damn movie star. This'll fetch $1 million easy, he grinned, voice crackling through the feed. She winked. Told you he's a sucker. It hit me like a brick. They weren't just cheating. They were running a blackmail scam. Rigging homes, filming private moments, extorting cash to keep it quiet. Our cabin, our dream, was their latest mark. Lisa'd been dropping hints lately. Big money coming. Late-night calls she'd brush off as client stuff. I'd ignored it, too busy hauling lumber and trusting her. I dug deeper, pulling up their home solution site, fake reviews, a ghost number, a P.O. box in some nowhere town. Cops were en route, but I couldn't sit tight. I drove back, rage fueling me, parking a half-mile out and sneaking through the pines. Their van sat in the drive, engine humming. I peeked inside, boxes of gear, mics, lenses, hard drives labeled with names, dates, evidence of dozens of hits. Then a scream. Lisa's voice, sharp and panicked. No, don't do that. I bolted for the back door, kicking it open, crowbar from their van in hand. Inside, chaos. Hammer had Lisa pinned against the wall, his hand on her throat. You're out, princess, he snarled. Buzzcut smashed a lamp, glass sprayed. Neck-Tat tossed papers into the fireplace. Flames roared up, smoke curling. Joey ripped wires from the walls, yelling, Wipe it all! Slick doused the rug with whiskey, flicking a lighter. I charged, swinging the crowbar, crack. It smashed Hammer's arm. He dropped her, roaring, You're dead! I tackled him, crashing us into the coffee table, with splintered, legs buckling. Lisa grabbed the whiskey bottle, smashing it over Buzzcut's head. Liquid and glass exploded, soaking the floor. I didn't sign up for this, she screamed, turning on them. Neck-Tat lunged at me. I ducked, shoving him into the fireplace. He rolled out, howling, shirt smoldering. Joey swung a hammer. I blocked with the crowbar, metal clanging, sparks flying. The rug caught fire. Flames licked up, heat searing my face. Lisa kicked Slick's legs out, yelling, Stop it! Sirens wailed. Cops swarmed in, guns drawn, as the crew bolted. Hammer made it to the porch. I tripped him, pinning him till deputies cuffed him. Buzzcut and Joey dove for the van, but patrol cars boxed him in. Neck-Tat and Slick surrendered, hands up, smoke pouring from the cabin. Lisa sank to the floor, sobbing, They forced me, Mike. I swear. She claimed they'd lured her with cash promises, then threatened to leak her footage, some old affair, when she balked. I didn't want this. True? Maybe. But I'd seen her laugh, heard her call me a sucker. Cops seized the van. Terabytes of blackmail vids, dozens of victims, millions extorted. Lisa wasn't charged. Yet. But the cabin was a wreck. Half burned, walls gutted, our savings up in smoke. I grabbed my keys, stepping over broken glass. She begged, Don't go! Tears streaming. I paused, crowbar still in hand, staring at the woman I'd loved. Walk away, let her face the fallout. Maybe prison? Or stay, dig for the truth. Risk her dragging me down again? Cops had the evidence. I could tip him to bury her, or let her skate and rebuild alone. My truck idled outside, woods dark and endless. What's your call, fam? Drop it below. I'm bruised, broke, and done guessing if she's worth saving. Thank you very much for listening to this story to the end. I hope you liked. We work for you, looking for and telling you the most effective stories about women's betrayal, shocking intrigue, interweaving the plot and unexpected reactions of angry men. Save us, put likes, write comments, and, of course, subscribe to the channel to not miss any story.